So this is shaping up to be an interesting weekend. Not only do I have a new episode to watch, but I've got something new to play with. Should probably do a video on like all the Figmas that I've got, because I've got a lot of those, and I don't talk about them much, mostly because I don't use them much. But anyway, episode 20. This is the episode where Sakura is going to her great-grandfather's house, and stuff happens. Plot happens. In the manga, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of hinted at, and I think it's a lot of setup for the finale. So, ideally, unfortunately, if it's, I guess, this episode might be setting up some stuff for the finale. Although, and I don't want to hype this too much, because I don't know how valid it is, but Junko Iwao was at Con recently, and in an interview question, she said something to the effect of, the finale of the anime will give you a Season 2 feel. I don't know what that means. I don't know if we're going to get more. I'd love it if we got more. Especially because like I would like the series to just end really well. So if they space it out a little more. Or maybe that means the manga actually is not reaching a climax like I keep thinking it is. That's one actor saying one thing out of context, so don't want to hype it too much. Let's talk about episode 20, where I am hoping that, unlike in the manga, where the meeting with Sakura and her great-grandfather was just kind of glazed over, like, this should have been a bigger reveal because she didn't know who this man was. I hope in the anime they kind of fix this. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so let's just find out. So I don't know what I was expecting for this episode. I guess I was expecting them to get through the entire arc at the great-grandfather's house and the Ariel exposition dump in one episode, but that really wasn't realistically going to happen. It plays out basically shot for shot how the manga plays, although I guess for time, which makes sense, they cut out the part with Fujitaka and Toya. Sakura is invited to Masaki's house, and the conversation basically goes, note for note, the way it goes in the manga. They have lunch, then Sakura conveniently goes away so that Masaki and Shaoran can have a brief discussion, and then Sakura finds her way into Nadeshiko's room, and uses record to see a bunch of scenes of Nadeshiko's past. Unlike in the manga, though, the record is interrupted by just Nadeshiko within the recordings instead of Angel Nadeshiko. Either one works. I mean, the point still stands. And then it cuts over to Akiho's place, and Kaito and Momo have their cryptic, oh, she's beginning to synchronize, the magics are aligning. We still don't know what that means. There isn't a whole lot to say on the content of this one because it doesn't really expand on anything from the manga, but I do want to go back and, I guess, really appreciate Masaki. Like, it's a really good performance depicting a guy who's really, really remorseful over the fact that he was a dick in his early life, and is really regretful of it. Like, I love Masaki as a character. And you get a genuine feel that he wants to try and make up for the mistakes earlier in his life by shutting Nadeshiko out because he didn't like Fujitaka. But he's a really genuine character. So the next episode has some interesting stuff in it. Like, next episode is apparently where we're going to get the Ariel exposition dump. The title implies that we're going to get Mirror, which is probably not going to be much longer than it was in the manga. Because in the manga it was just a quick, secure, and yay, we have Mirror. Yeah, most of everything is going to be just the Ariel exposition dump, I think. So I hope maybe the anime expands a bit on that. Other interesting thing is we get a glimpse of the gift that Masaki's going to give Sakura. Now in the manga, he gives her a necklace that's a clock, but this thing is clearly not a clock. Or, I mean, it could be a necklace, but it's a key. Sakura confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3, I guess. all joking aside, it's an interesting change, and it's a major deviation from where the manga story is going. Ultimately, they may serve exactly the same purpose. We don't know yet. We're going to find out in like 2 episodes, unless, again, the thing I mentioned earlier where Yunko Iwao implies that maybe there is a season 2 coming, which would imply that the manga is going to keep going. Wouldn't that be great? Otherwise, there's not much else to say about this one. It's a short episode without a whole lot of content in it. I got nothing else to say. I look forward to next week. Follow my Twitter, CCM_Yamato, for updates on what I'm doing, new stuff that I get. I got Shaoran, do some pictures of that. I've been updating the strap board. I'm gonna do something with that at some point. Now that the anime is coming to a close, in theory, the weekly vlogs will probably get supplanted by something else with a little more structure and a little more, I don't know, content. But until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.